All right, let's see what we can learn about Palantir. What is Palantir? Are they going to IPO here very soon? Are they profitable? And should you invest in Palantir IPO? Stay tuned. What's going on, you guys and girls? My name is Jose. Welcome back to RicoSuave Investing. If you want to learn about the stock market, investing in financial freedom, then you came to the right place. So make sure you click that like button, subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. So today we're going to look at Palantir. This is a highly requested video on Discord. Make sure you join our Discord, JMax Discord, the Helpful Entrepreneur Discord. There's going to be linked to all these Discords in the description. So make sure you go over there and join the conversation. But today we're looking at one of the most expected IPOs of the decade. But before we begin, I want to give a shout out to my patrons. These people right here are my superheroes. They get a shout out on all of my videos, access to my new Discord, free access to my marketing masterclass, stock market news, portfolio updates throughout the week, and more. You can also find their links to their channels in my description. I'm on YouTube a couple times a week, but I'm on Patron and Discord every single day. So if you don't want to miss anything, the link to my Patreon is going to be in the description. Only $1 per month. Now back to the video. All right, so I got a few videos for you guys. We're gonna watch a couple of videos. We're gonna go to their website. We're gonna read a few articles. So let's get started.
Silicon Valley cyber technology company Palantir Technologies looking to raise funds by going public as early as this fall. The company, which was co-founded by Peter Thiel, who is the billionaire investor that was the co-founder of PayPal.
All right, that's a big plus for me right there. He was a co-founder of PayPal. We know PayPal is very profitable right now.
Basically focuses on cybersecurity technology and artificial intelligence, which is used by law enforcement agencies, it's used by the CIA, it's even used by financial services firms like hedge funds to basically track and find either illicit activity or even to try to break through different kinds of patterns and things that are happening online in order to try to either get a heads up or get a leg up or benefit from just having that information at hand. Now, one of the issues with Palantir, and by the way, the expected valuation, at least as of 2015, was something in the neighborhood of $20 billion. So one could maybe expect that the valuation, if they did an IPO, would be somewhere in that neighborhood or higher. But one of the issues...
$20 billion, that's pretty big. If you haven't seen my video on the last IPOs that I did last week, make sure you go check it out. But I think Airbnb and all the other ones are around, $10 billion. $20 billion is pretty big for IPO. It's pretty good.
With Palantir is that there has been a lot of attention being paid of late to firms that use data analytics, that use artificial intelligence to track for either personal or professional reasons. So a company or even an intelligence agency that's using facial recognition software or that's using artificial intelligence to track my transactions or yours online, that is something that people are taking a very strong second look at in light of recent events, in light of injustice, in light of the idea that perhaps there is not a lot of fairness in terms of trying to attract or trying to attack one particular person or individual and single them out for different actions by utilizing technology. And so some controversy surrounding this,
So they are afraid that the technology, as all good technology can be used for good and it could be used for bad. So because of the power of Palantir, people are afraid that institutions out there might use it to target or profile different individuals.
Surrounding Palantir. For their part, they have definitely remained under the radar. This is a company that's been around since 2003. It has some big backers that include BlackRock and others, including Morgan Stanley. And of course, it has been slowly and quietly building up its array of different types of software and technology to combat and to hopefully do good in terms of cyber terrorism and artificial intelligence applications. But nonetheless, it does raise eyebrows, not only because it's Peter Thiel, but also because of what the company does and what it offers, and how other individuals, companies, and institutions might utilize its offering going forward to do things that are untoward. For TheStreet.com, I'm Corey Goldman.
All right, thank you, Mr. Corey Goldman. That was great explanation. We're looking forward to the IPO very soon. A source told Business Insider that the company's Analyst Day is tentatively slated for September 15, with the public listing tentatively set for September 24. So we're looking at September 24. Right now it's August 25th, so maybe in the next month or so. Meanwhile, screenshots of a draft S1 statement dated August 20 show Palantir reported revenue of $742 million for the last year, up 25% from $595 million in 2018. Very good. Palantir posted a net loss, however, of $580 million for 2019. And this is a big concern for a lot of investors out there. The company hasn't reported a profitable year since, I think, 2 years since they started. So Palantir has precisely 125 customers as of the end of the first half of 2020. So 125 customers. All right, so Palantir has precisely 125 customers as of the end of the first half of 2020. Palantir notes that the customers from different parts of the same government department or company are considered separately. For example, is that the CDC and the NIH are both part of the Department of Health and Human Services, but will be filed separately. As of the end of 2019, the average revenue per customer for Palantir was $5.6 million. So that is a big number per customer right there. So not bad. In comparison to many other SaaS, if you guys don't know what SaaS is software as a service stock. That is a gargantuan number, but mostly driven by the fact that Palantir doesn't have the soft onboarding strategies like Slack or Amazon Web Services, where small organizations should start using the product even though they aren't a massive money makers, okay? Palantir filing says that 40% of the revenue is generated in the US, with 60% generated internationally. Here's what the CEO told CNBC earlier this year in July.
So this was a very big year for you.
We
signed a number of huge contracts.
This is true. We did very well.
So what happened?
Well, I guess the longer version is about 5 years ago, we looked at our product offering and decided to rebuild our core offering for the government, start with a commercial product, which can be used in commercial and government, and revitalize our strategy of going to market. And we saw the results last year, but dramatically this year. And so that ended up with two very, very large contracts that are public, a number of contracts that are not public. The core mission of our company always was to make the West, especially America, the strongest in the world, the strongest ever been, and for the sake of global peace and prosperity. And we feel like this year we really showed what that would mean. AI, military AI, will determine our lives, the lives of your kid. This is a zero-sum thing. The country with the most important AI, most powerful AI, will determine the rules. That country should be either us or a Western country. Part of the problem is we need a clear codex of what you're allowed to do under what context, when data can be encrypted and when it shouldn't. I think we're going to reach a consensus around this, but quite frankly, partly for the wrong reason. And the consumer internet companies, this is not Apple, but the other ones, have basically decided we're living on an island, and the island is so far removed from what's called the United States in every way, culturally, linguistically, and in normative ways, that we'd rather be regulated as a foreign island than be part of the United States proper. And that's the core problem. You are part of the United States proper. Regulation is part of the problem. Part of the problem is you are part of a larger whole that made your company possible, that is protecting you against tariffs, that's protecting you against regulation, that is allowing you to build your company. You cannot create an island called Palo Alto Island that is only subject to regulation, much like a canton system. What Silicon Valley really wants is the canton of Palo Alto. In the past, we talked about it externally, and internally we said, look, we're going to defer. Now we've told the company we are going to IPO, and we are preparing internally to IPO. I think we will do very well in that context.
All right, so right here we can see that the company was founded in 2003. It's got 2,500 employees. Total fundraising so far is $3.4 billion. In 2016, they hit a valuation of $20 billion, not bad. And that they expect to break even in 2020 on revenue of $1 billion. So there's Palantir's revenue right there, $742 million in 2019. Not bad.
Yeah. Well, a couple of other quick questions here. First of all, when the S1 is filed,
they did report a net loss, like I said, of $580 million last year.
Which again could be momentarily. What are you going to be looking at first? What is going to be most important to you? And then secondly, I'd love to understand who their peers are in your opinion as well. So who we're going to be comparing them to when you look at those financials.
Well, so obviously we're going to be looking at the background data to validate against some of the information we've received in some of the news articles and some of the leaks that have occurred. we'll also be looking at the deep financial data, trying to really understand the economy of the business and the economics of the business going forward. According to most sources, this is a company that has been losing money till now. And so we'll be trying to understand where the spending is, where the ability to ramp and drive margins, where the revenue growth is coming from, spread across how many clients, how many different industries, how complex is the product to be able to install, maintain, and support.
In the end, guys, it's going to come down to whatever the investors think the company is worth. Of course, you know, this is the most anticipated IPO. I would expect the company to take flight at first. But what we don't want to see is, we don't want to see a Lyft or an Uber again, where the company, just skyrocketed the first day, and then a couple of days later, like Beyond Meat, I think it was another one, just crashed completely. So this is an innovative company that is trusted by the government, guys. So if it has the backing of the government, if it has the right bank behind it, like Goldman Sachs, chances are this company will excel in the future. We are going to be eagerly waiting for this IPO date. As soon as we know a date, I'll put it on my Discord and all that. Make sure you go down there and join my Discord, join JMax's Discord, and the Helpful Entrepreneur. I'm on there every single week, every single day. Just conversing with you guys, talking about stocks. I love it. Organizations have been using Palantir's technology to monitor the spread of the disease and guide how they will resume operations. The CDC, which is one of the customers, right, that uses Palantir, is one of the organizations applying Palantir technology to combat the COVID-19 pandemic. So Palantir is aimed to grow its revenue by 35% this year to $1 billion, and they're expecting $1.5 billion next year. So this company is going to continue to grow, continue to acquire new customers, and if the government agencies continue to work with each other and suggest to each other the company, Palantir, there's good chances that the company will continue to acquire new customers. All right, so I think we covered enough today for Palantir, but this is a company that's been working for government agencies for a long time, since 2004. They finally going public. They need a little help, I guess, monetarily. They lost almost $600 million last year. Like J-Mac was saying, that is normal when it comes to IPOs. That's one of the reasons why companies actually do IPOs. So what do you guys think? Are you going to invest in their IPO? Let me know in the comments below. It could be as early as next week, guys. So I'm very excited about this company. Overall, this company is providing good data to our government in order to stop humanity and the things that are going bad, in the world, that we can, change and make a difference. So I'm very impressed with the company, very excited for their IPO, and I'm glad that I was able to research and share with you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, support the channel on Patron, and also join my Discord. But most importantly, as always, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.
I bring up the pain, RicoSuave is the main. I make the market rain like acid rain. An investing channel you ever known, ya. I take your girl, your house, your money, leave you broke, son.